Some people are going to call this movie the hit of the year. Some people say they just didn't like this movie as much as other people, and I'm one of those people, unfortunately.
Really?
Sinners. I have it at a B tier. Ham throws this in the S tier.
Yeah.
And, maybe my B tier is more personal likings.
Yes.
Because I look on the internet and I see that people argue that this is Best Picture. And I think it was Christopher Nolan just screened this movie to try to get the Academy to consider it for Best Picture.
Maybe, yeah. It and a couple other movies have been doing re-release 70mm screenings recently.
Yeah. And where I maybe didn't like this film is the ending.
Really?
I felt like the ending wasn't as... Felt like maybe we earned a better ending for our main characters. This ending just kind of has them living eternal life and trying to figure out what that looks like.
Yeah,
It's maybe just
I don't
unsatisfying.
I was really satisfied with the ending because the movie's not really about Smoke or Stack. It's about Sammy. I mean, the movie opens with Sammy walking into the church, and then it cuts to like 24 hours before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's this kid who, plays in his father's church, but he wants to be a blues player, He wants to be his own musician and play the music he wants to play. And throughout the whole movie, like, he maybe takes some paths that you wouldn't think he would as the son of a preacher, but he is forging his own path, and it really is about him forging his own path, and not maybe ending up like his cousins and stuff like that. And by the end, he's an old man. He's still playing the blues. So we kind of get to see his origin point as maybe what fueled his music for the rest of his life and made him such a good player. And, because a lot of musicians, like, it's about the history of the music they played, and it's about, what inspires them to play, what happened in their life that makes their music the way it is, and stuff like that. And it made it such a beautiful... In that scene when Sammy kind of like is playing and all of history becomes just one, and you get to see like everybody's ancestors and how like the past is affecting the present, which then affects the future and everything, and it all becomes this one great symphony. And then you go out and you see the vampires looking at it and seeing the future of the juke joint all burnt down. Like, that was one of the greatest scenes of 2025, in my opinion. My mind was getting blown while watching that. I think it was so awesome.
See, and here's where I'm going to come in and just say, I thought the vampire aspect of this movie was by far the worst part of the movie.
Really?
Yes. You have the goofy ass shit where they are relying on where the vampires are coming up and relying on them to like somebody to invite them in.
Yeah, I mean, that's well established in vampire lore, though.
It is. And then I think at times we're living by that, and then as the scene plays out, we just kind of live by that less and less, and people kind of start coming and going.
No. I think it sticks very strong to it, because the only reason they get to come in at the end is the Asian lady. She says, "Come on in,"
right,
and invites them in,
which is goofy in its own right.
No, she was trying to save her daughter because they were threatening her daughter in that moment.
So we invite the vampires in?
Kind of, in a way. It doesn't make sense, but
no.
at that point, it doesn't make sense in a logical standpoint. It makes sense from a character standpoint, I'd say, though.
I don't know that it does. let's just give up and let the vampires in because something bad happened to me. Like, let's just let everyone die.
I mean, the characters as established, like, they're kind of going off and having this party in the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure there's illegal liquor and stuff like that. Like, they're set up. It's like the people running this operation aren't exactly above board. Like, Smoke and Stack are criminals. You know, they're running a criminal network and whatnot.
And I was really into that plot.
Yeah.
But when you get later on into the vampires, I was like, this feels tacked on and silly.
I don't know. It just all makes sense to me. In this fun, dark, twisted way. If you don't want to give it S...
I can put it in S because so many other people liked it. And, like, I can step back and see that, like, I'm the one who doesn't like this as much as other people.
Okay. I'd recommend a rewatch, man.
And maybe I do need a rewatch. But I don't want to. That's my problem, is I don't want to rewatch this movie.
I love that movie. The first time walking out of it, it knocked my socks off. Just because it was like, I walked in and I was like, I don't really know what this movie's about, because I'd never got the vampire vibe from like any of the trailers, really. I was like, what is going on here? Is this like some sort of demon possession thing that's going on? You know, the title Sinners and whatnot. And then vampires. It just ended up being really awesome. But so, are we going to settle on S tier for that, or you want to do like A+?
I'll settle on S because people do argue this is one of the best films of the year, and we're running really long on time, so we just need to kind of settle and go.
All right.